Greetings to all. You are watching Wisdom with Anthony. So today I'm going to talk about the very basic thing which is a hindrance in front of many of the learners, those who are aspirants to speak English fluently, and it is none other than the fear of English speaking. You know, in our mind sometimes we think that English is very good, and not even that, we think that we are able to express, but only in thoughts that we consider we are getting it, we are able to understand. But when it comes in the terms of speaking, then we find ourselves very short. The very basic reasons behind it today we will be talking about, and moreover that the reasons that we are going to talk about, surely we will be talking some reasons as well as some solutions that will help you to become a fluent speaker of the language. So the very first, without wasting time, I have for you, it is, I think it can be the many will be facing this problem, and that is being judged by others. Isn't it that sometimes we think, because 99% people, I must tell you, nowadays, those who are learning English, and then when they are in the terms of conversation, they don't think about themselves, they think about others, and they have a fear of being judged. Is it a wrong thing? Is it right? Shouldn't I not think about them? Or the listener I am speaking to, should I think about him or her? Or should I have a fear that whosoever are listening to me, or when I am in the conversation, how they are going to think about me, how they will be judging me? Some certain and stupid questions, they will never ever let us move further in the journey of speaking English, because once you are captured by the fear, that fear will capture you throughout your journey. Let me tell you with one example. Fear is just like keeping a bomb in the pocket that anytime it can burst. But actually, we do not know that fear does not even exist. That is the state of a mind. What you are thinking about and how your mindset is just thinking about the situation, or how you imagine that what if you speak wrong, or what if they may mock at you, what if how they are going to judge you. So certain questions, absurd things may just rise up in your mind and may disturb you, but believe me, at the end of your journey, you will realize that you were facing something as so-called fear, but it does not exist at all. Sir, how can I remove my fear? Surely I will be telling you this. First of all, stop thinking that what others are thinking about. I have told you in my previous video also that when we are in the conversation, so we should understand this very fact that not only we, the listener, they will also think about themselves when it comes to them for speaking, when they will become speaker. So please take out the thought that how they are going to judge me, because the listener will become speaker the next moment you finishes. Are you getting me? Once you finish your talking, the listener will become speaker. So that time he or she cannot think about you. The listener will have to think about himself or herself. You need to ponder this very thought. So, take it out. Don't keep it. As long as you keep it, it will disturb you. The moment you take it out, believe me, it is just a state of mind, just shifting from one box to the other. That I'm not going to think about what people are thinking about me, and I have a fear of being judged. What a rubbish is that. I'm not going to think about this. Take it out, and you believe me, how much you know, you will be finding a drastic change in your speaking. Suppose you have, we cannot measure how much knowledge, but I can tell you in terms of example, know how I will illustrate it. Suppose you have this much knowledge. So when you are out of fear, you will be able to express this much, But when fear you have, or in terms of percentage, if I make you understand, suppose you have 40%. A student who has a potential of 40%, with the fear, if he gets into the battlefield or in the examination, automatically he will be getting less than that, because he is keeping that fear. But without fear, when he gets into that, he'll be surely justifying his talent and his knowledge. So stop thinking this, that how I will be judged. The second point I have for you, that is fear of making mistakes. Obviously this also approx in my most of the videos I discuss this very point. You know, this is something which actually restricts you to achieve something. Fear of making mistake is something that does not exist. Everybody makes mistakes. We need to be very clear with this very fact, because it is a reality. When somebody is in terms of speaking, because if I ask you, if you're a speaker of any language, maybe English you are learning as a second language here, obviously. So whichsoever is your first language, haven't you made mistake in that? Because obviously we are not thinking about the fluency in that, because that's our mother tongue, it comes obvious. Right? Obviously it comes out. So why it happens when we learn it any second language? Or obviously I'm talking about English here. So how and why this happens there? Mistakes are bound to happen, my dear. Embrace your mistakes. You need to understand. But one thing I'm telling you, once you know that I made a mistake, the second time if you are going to make the same mistake, you need to be very careful. Because now you are collecting. Somebody is correcting you, somebody is helping you out in that, or you yourself understand the very fact that while you were in the conversation, you make some certain mistakes. So you have a little bell over here, and when you have a bell over here, it means that you are on the right track and you are learning. Same thing you will not repeat. That's what exactly somebody can do while learning English, and when he or she wants to be fluent. Third point I have for you, past negative experiences. Sometimes somebody wants to forget everything and wants to head towards the journey. But unfortunately, those experiences, they might disturb. Maybe somebody has very harsh experience, somebody must have been mocked at, somebody have been made fun of their vocabulary, of their English, of their pronunciation. So I must not ignore those facts that okay, this could be, this can be the very strong reason. But in past that I was a learner and I started my journey where there I was mocked at, I was being laughed at by others. So that was the thing that I stopped learning, I stopped practicing, I stopped speaking with somebody who is fluent in English. All these absurd thinking may affect your potential, may affect your learnings. So please, I must tell you that forget your past experiences. Every day brings a new challenge, because we live in present, and if you are going to live in past, it will obviously disturb you. Past is gone. Just wake up from that. Get into the present, make it your day, because this is yours. Something has been kept for you in the present and you have to achieve it. That should be the mindset of somebody who is in the terms of practicing. Right? I hope you are getting me. Next I have for you, lack of confidence. Now confidence, when we talk about confidence is actually what? We need to understand this term confidence. Confidence is just like, I will tell you, it is just a difference in being confident and lack of confidence, just a difference of just one hair, simple one hair, yes. With this thinking you can get here that I am confident, with this one thinking that okay, I have a fear, I am not confident. So being a confident means being comfortable to yourself and making the listener comfortable too. There are certain gestures, cracking the knuckles, looking here or there, ignoring the listeners, looking into the eyes, and body movement. There are many reasons, but I'm just here, I'm narrating you something so that you can relate it with. If it is happening with you, you are a prey of lack of confidence. Have confidence. Sir, how can I gain confidence? First of all, you should not run behind confidence. First of all, you should obviously run behind, which is my next topic, that next point, that is lack of knowledge. Have knowledge, and once you collect the knowledge, put into the practice, learn some structures, learn basic topics. Everything is not meant for you if you just want to speak English or if you want to convey your message. Each single grammar topic you need not cover, my dear. We need to understand this very fact. There are some basic like forms of verbs you can do, tense obviously you can do, active passive voice you can do. Surely we will be discussing those also inch by inch, so that we can learn and we can grow, right? So I just want to tell you that when you understand this very fact, that knowledge will lead to the confidence and confidence will lead to the comfortability. And when you are comfortable with yourself, you can make others' confidence in just a snap. Right? So, from wherever you have data to collect, you have information to collect regarding English, collect it. Make notes. I know, sir, it is very hectic in this era. Who wants to make notes? My dear, if you make notes, you will be noticed one day. Because making notes something that you may not skip it, and when you are a regular note making person, certain notes, when you open your notebook again, so you have the knowledge of it, you can go through it again, because certain things will not go in the long term memory, certain things will go in the short term memory as well. Are you getting me what I mean to say? So make sure that you should inculcate that habit. You should develop that habit of making notes, just collecting the information from wherever you have. Join classes, find a person, find a comfortable person who can make you even comfortable. There are many people, those who even know they don't love, they help people grow. Yes. If you find somebody, please, you are fortunate enough, go around, look for the one and just find out and talk to themselves. Talk to them, and when they will help you out, you can help others too. But that level only will come once you cross this level, because one by one levels will be achieved. Here are some other solutions I have. Like I have already discussed about the embracing your mistakes. Set small goals. You should have small goals, like by the end of this week, what shall I do? This topic will be covered, and I was speaking 40 words maybe, or I was speaking 10 to 12 lines continuously. Talking to me. Yeah, you should talk to yourself. Obviously, I'm talking about. You cannot get into the practice while you are there in the conversation. No. It is not possible. First of all, you should put into the practice yourself. Talk to yourself. Give sufficient time. Sir, what is the sufficient time, my dear? Actually, there is no sufficient time for learning, but I must suggest you 15 to 20 minutes if you give every day, and that is nothing, just for the sake of your knowledge, for the sake of your communication skills. If you give, automatically you can make your day. Enough things you know. English is enough in your head, but it takes time to come through the tongue. That is just nothing, sometimes fear, and that fear does not even exist. That's a state of a mind that we have already created an aura around us, isn't it? So when you set your small goals, then evaluate. You need to go for the evaluation. Okay, the goals were set, whether I achieved. Last week I was able to converse 10 lines continuously and comfortably. Did I improve? Could I make it 12 or 15 sentences in fortnight? In 15 days, was I able to make that happen? If you are able to make it, means that you have put enough efforts. And don't forget to reward yourself. Learn to appreciate yourself, because when you learn to appreciate yourself, because there are so many things are there behind us, situations, circumstances, people, they are enough for the negativity, those who throw it to us. So I must tell you that you shouldn't do it to yourself. Learn to appreciate yourself. And once you learn how to appreciate yourself, not even in this field of learning English, you will start growing slowly and gradually in almost every area of your life. Isn't it? If you can relate what I mean to say, your communication skill will be wonderful. Within very few months, I'm telling you, it will not require even a year or many. No. I'm talking about maybe 3-4 months, 5 months. But learning is a process. I must add into that just goes throughout the life. It never comes to an end, isn't it? So, and when you choose a comfortable person to talk to you, so they give you a comfortable environment too, in which you can grow slowly and gradually, right? And the most important thing in that, don't stop listening, because your 80%, 90% English, spoken English depends on your listening module. How much you listen. Listening is like breathing in, and speaking is like breathing out. You can breathe out if you breathe in. So I hope that you are getting me, and I hope that you will be applying these methods in order to remove your fear permanently, will eradicate it, because we are here to make our journey a successful one. I hope that you must have liked the class. If you have liked the class, share it with your kith and kin, and don't forget to subscribe the channel if you are visiting for the very first time. Do let me know how it helped you and how you like the class. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.